The supermoon has a face. It is looking down on all of us. It is seeing our interest. It knows what is going on this planet. There is, in some places, trying to escape. There is, in other places, trying to stay awake. There is, in still other places, no trying, just doing. This moon is speaking to all of us, telling us that our time is near, for the light reflecting down from it and across it and within it is a reflection of us. We are super beings. It is telling me that it is the example of all the beginnings that will be taking place for all of us. We will be a representation of what this moon is telling us, showing us the super light that is going to reflect on all of those that we see, that we walk by, that we sit with, that we sing with, that we are with, for we are all representing the oneness of who we are. This moon is smiling down on all of us, seeing what it is that we are expressing. And there is the beginning of all that we are going to be creating in the energy of the power of the Mushaba, the power of the Christ, the power of Spirit in every one of us. This is the beauty of the power of the light within that is reflecting upon this supermoon. Be in peace, be in joy, be in love. I am with you, 100% super beings.
Wake Up Call, Nancy, November 13th, 2016. Webpage, Tree of the Golden Light. Morning, dear friends. I awoke this morning to words from a friend in my email that stirred something within me. Here below is what I wrote back. I can understand why you have been feeling the way you have. I have been too. I woke up this morning wondering why I am still here on Earth, finding nothing new that I love to do, and just doing what I have been doing for so many years. Nothing new, nothing that anyone else has brought to my doorstep. I also know that I have to find something more that I love doing, and do it without asking anyone else for help. If others will be involved, that is wonderful, for they are all part of our family. But I have to stop relying on others to make my life enjoyable. If I like doing what I do, then I can create it in a way that suits me. In that way, it could stir others to join me, or at least appreciate what I am doing. I don't have to rely on others to tell me when the time is right, what path to take down the road of life, wait for others to tell me what is in the works, any of that. I have to live my life the way I want to, in harmony with others. In other words, be a part of the life on Earth, without dragging myself into something that I have not created, but decide to do because someone else is doing it. Do it because I love it, it is my passion. Whatever it takes to tell myself that I love my life, it is the perfect thing for me. Even if it means walking away from what is not in resonance with me. I also feel that if I do what I love to do, it can be in resonance with anyone else in my life, as long as it doesn't interfere with what they love to do. That's what life is all about, to live in harmony and not expect or count on others to tell me what to do, or how to live my life. How many people over the centuries have created their lives in a way that was successful, and had no hardship that kept them from creating their lives in a way that was to their liking? There have been many, because they knew that they were the only ones who completely understood what they wanted in life. They also knew that others could be in their lives in harmony as long as what they were doing was in harmony with the others who shared a home, a way of living, etc. It's all in what we know we want our lives to be involved with, and then going ahead and creating it, rather than relying on others who feel they can tell people how to make their lives successful. Well, I guess I needed to express that, in accordance with what I've been feeling, and it seems with what you all have been feeling as well. Hope it helps, for you all are a family of love to me, Bob, and of course Cassie as well. Wow, this has sure helped me to get a better start to my day. I love you all so much, and I know that you all have the power to choose what your life is to be in the way that you find to serve yourself first, and then live it in a way that serves all of humanity, even if it is to go on your own, and live it in a way that reverberates back to the rest of them in a way that stirs them to realize that we are never separate from each other within our hearts and souls. Now that I am sending this out to you all, I realize that this is the kind of message that I was inspired to send out to you a couple days ago with the timeliness of the slideshow video that I created a few years ago, and is on my website. It contains a message that we all can relate to as to one basic reason why we are here on this beautiful planet. You can go and listen to it here. It is entitled, "We Are the World." Song written by Michael Jackson and Lionel Richie. Thank you SingSnap.com for providing the karaoke music. With much love, Nancy Tate.
Porda, Obama, RV, Nesara, Disclosure, November 13, 2016. Mushaba Platinum Light. By Anakanda. Webpage, www.mushabaforce.com. Greetings to all. I am Porda, Papa Force of the Mushaba family. I am here once again to share with you some information relating to President Obama, Nesara, Disclosure and the RV, GCR. There is so much information flowing around the internet, and many intel providers are a part of the spreading of negative information. Some because they don't know any better, and others because they know exactly what they are doing. I want to explain to you a few things about President Obama. President Obama is not the most vicious, lying person ever to walk the earth as many claim. He is not the devil himself or the worst president that America has ever had. Nor is he the one whose job has been to completely destroy America and bring in what is being called Sharia law, because he is a secret Muslim. Things are not ever what they seem in your world, especially in the times you are living in now. There has been such a vicious fight to the death, fighting tooth and nail between the cabal to stay in power, and the light that is restoring the power back to the people. Obama was elected because his agenda was to bring change to America, and to help the people to reclaim their power and their freedom. However, no matter how sincere he was, and no matter how much in his heart he wanted to bring this great change to America, he met with opposition that would curl your toes, and that is one of the lesser effects. When he was first called before the ruling elite that operates in the background, he was told in no uncertain terms that he is not in control, and that he will do what he is told or else. He was told many things and reminded of examples throughout history what happens to those that oppose the ruling elite. At first, because of his great heart and courage to be a president for the people and by the people, he took that as a challenge and began working to bring change to America that would restore the freedom of the people. However, he ran into more resistance than you can ever begin to imagine. So many in the government worked against him. There were major campaigns to discredit him and all that he was attempting to do. He fought day after day, and he realized that he had to compromise on some issues in order to get his way on others. Now this is no small feat. The decision to compromise went against his very nature, but he looked at it from a point of view that he could still do some good for the people, which is better than doing nothing good for the people. He had to publicly go along with things that caused him great grief privately and kept his heart burdened with the decisions that he had to make and go along with. He lived under the threat of a terrible death all throughout his presidency, and that threat included the murdering viciously of his wife and children. There are many things that Obama did in secret and was able to slip by the cabal in spite of them being everywhere. Obama is a brilliant man. He is a highly evolved being that came from a planet that is located in the Pleiades star system. He comes to usher in the new changes for humanity and to be the one to initiate the RV, GCR, Nesara and disclosure. He had no idea how difficult it would be for him to get anywhere near those accomplishments. How many of you would sacrifice allowing your family to be viciously murdered? How many of you would allow yourself to be totally destroyed publicly and shamed and removed from office? He figured that it is better to do some good, rather than do no good at all. He has actually done more for this country than any president since Roosevelt. I can hear you now, some of you, saying that this is all bogus and not true. The truth of what he accomplished on behalf of humanity will come to light in the years ahead after he leaves office and begin traveling the world with his lectures. People will get to see, and know, and even hear from the real Obama that has come here to serve humanity. Obama was hated by the military and the corporate and the industrial complex. Why? Because he wanted to stop all wars. He wanted to bring all the troops home. He didn't want your sons and daughters dying needlessly. This is not good for the war machine. This is not good for business because war makes for very prosperous and lucrative times. He was messing with their money. People seem to be powerfully attracted to the negative. You can say 10 billion good things about a person and all the good that they have done, and yet, say just one, simply one bad thing about that same person, and that will take precedence and spread like wildfire, and no one will ever care or focus on the 10 billion good things that person did. It would be as if they were always this evil, negative person all of their lives. Why is this? And I ask you to think about it. The election of Donald Trump was a wake-up call for Obama. It made him realize what his true purpose was, and that his legacy is now threatened. He also realized now that because of the loss of Hillary Clinton, he can now put his plans in place and do what he came into the presidency to do without all the cabal resistance. He knows that the only way that he can preserve his legacy is to see that the RV, GCR is done, and to see that the Nesara is enacted and that the disclosure is made. The information going around that Donald Trump will release the RV, and will get credit for it and not President Obama, is not in any way the truth. The information about Paul Ryan has been or will be sworn in as the 45th president is also not going to happen. It is far from the truth. Paul Ryan has swayed to the other side. He has decided and agreed to be with the elite and to support their agenda. This happened about a month ago. He will continue to fool those that think he is one of the good guys, but the truth will come out and many will be shocked, just like they will be deeply shocked when they find out that Obama is the good guy in all of this, and that he is loved by more people than he is hated. America will see a new president, but it will be someone that no one thought of or are aware of. They are under the radar at the moment. He, like many before him that truly wanted the best interest of the people done, faced so many inconceivable threats and resistance. It is one of the absolute worst positions you can be in. It has been known for a very long time that the president is not the one that holds the reins of power but those behind the scenes. Obama will release the RV, GCR, Nesara and disclosure before he leaves office. He is in the process of making that happen. The most powerful thing he will do will not be the release of the RV, but the disclosure of the extraterrestrial presence, and the cooperation with them by various governments of the world including the United States of America. I say to everyone, to simply sit back and watch as things begin to come to light! Everyone will know the truth in the very near future in just a matter of days, weeks and months. www.mushhabaforce.com. When you speak Mushhaba, every atom in all living things trembles with the fullness of delight.